For over 100 years, the Butler County Humane Society has cared for and placed into loving homes the area's abused, neglected, and abandoned animals. Our No-Kill initiative was started in 2000 with a commitment of the board, our staff, and our community. As we are a non-profit, non-tax supported facility, the BCHS is dependent on private donations for survival. We hope you enjoy this episode of Critter Corner and bring your entire family to visit us here at the Butler County Humane Society.
3-year-old Izzy is a sweet, gentle hound mix. Izzy needs a home with no kids, other dogs, or cats. Izzy always has a smile on her face and her tail is a waggin'. She is crate trained, loves bones, and knows how to sit and stay. She is eager to learn and please her new owner. 5-year-old Marvin enjoys the company of other feline friends. He does have an old injury to his leg, but this doesn't hold him back. He is very friendly and interested in his surroundings.
Found wandering as a stray, 2-year-old Copper was rather exhausted when he was picked up. However, after a night of rest, it was obvious that this big boy has plenty of energy to go around. While not one to get too crazy while playing, his large size can be a lot to handle when he gets excited, and he can show a lot of interest in certain toys, causing him to get on the rambunctious side. Due to this, he would do better with older kids that can handle his size. Copper would also do best in a home without cats, but wouldn't mind sharing his humans with another dog. This young 1-year-old cat is very independent. She would prefer a home without other cats. She can be a little shy at first, but will warm up to company. She enjoys being brushed and spending time with people, but she also loves her alone time relaxing. This independent girl is most likely to do what she wants, so if you're looking for a calm companionship, she might be the one for you.
2-year-old Faye was adopted but then returned due to being very nervous of the men in the home. This is not to say that Faye wouldn't do well in a home with men, but just needs someone that is patient enough to work with her. An energetic little girl, Faye loves to play. She has many doggy friends at the shelter and wouldn't mind sharing a home with another playful pup. She also doesn't mind feline friends as long as they like her too. One of a group of kittens, 1-year-old Scotty is as social and outgoing as they come. He's a lover through and through, purring as loudly as he can anytime you touch him. If you aren't paying attention to him, he'll simply weave through your legs, affectionately rubbing as he goes. Well-rounded, he's also spirited and playful, chasing after stuffed mice and feather wands. Scotty enjoys the company of people of all ages. It just takes him some time to get to know you, and he would likely adjust to a home with a dog, but he won't be able to go home with any other cats.
This larger, older boy is relatively calm. Jafar is a 6-year-old Rottweiler mix. His one weakness, squeaky toys. Jafar would prefer a home with older kids as he can be a lot to handle at times due to his size and strength. He can be picky towards living with other dogs, so it would be suggested to have him be your only animal. This young 3-year-old girl was brought to the shelter as a stray. She would prefer to be the only animal in the house because she will want all of your attention. She is a very playful, outgoing cat who gets along with every human. Your life will never be dull with this girl around.
Talia loves to be the boss. She wouldn't mind sharing her home with a submissive canine companion though. Talia does well with kids of all ages and usually greets them with a kiss or two. Talia does have some food allergies, so she needs a family that can keep up with her allergies. Talia is full of kisses and ready to find her forever home. Found as a stray, 6-year-old Buttons is enjoying life at the shelter since she's a laid-back girl that likes to explore. Curious, she's always seen peeking through the picture window so she can see what's going on just beyond the room, and she actively watches the birds outside as they come and go from the bird feeders near the building. However, as far as her curiosity goes, she prefers the pampered life of socialization room, where she gets petted and loved as often as she wants. Buttons would do well with older kids and some dogs, but would prefer to be the only cat.
On Saturday, April 22nd from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., Dr. Hostovich from Mars Animal Depot will be at the Butler County Humane Society for a rabies clinic. Rabies are $10 and microchipping is $15. If you are only getting the microchipping done, please bring your most recent rabies certificate with you. If you can provide the previous year's rabies certificate, you are then eligible for a 3-year vaccination at the same price.
At 9 years old, Gershwin is a laid-back boy who enjoys the finer things in life, like a relaxing afternoon watching the world go by out the window, or a short snooze in a patch of sunshine. He also enjoys a nice grooming session, being brushed from head to tail, or giving himself a manicure by scratching on the cardboard scratching posts. Although he's fine around most kids, he would do best in a home without other pets.
Brian is a spunky 5-year-old Beagle Retriever Labrador who loves to play. He loves to play with toys, which can cause him to be a little mouthy, but he is a gentle dog. He has some food allergies, but this playful, happy dog would love a home with older children. His medium size makes it easier in smaller homes. This active boy would love to live an upbeat, happy lifestyle with his owner. Pretty Girl came to us as a surrender because her previous owners were moving. At 8 years old, she is pretty shy and quiet. She would do best in a home with no kids or other animals. She would love a calm home where she can just relax.
3-year-old lab mix Sadie is a friendly dog ready to find her forever home. Sadie is very active and loves to play, but does need some work on jumping. Once she gets to know you, she loves to cuddle and is very patient. Sadie is best suited for a home with no other cats or dogs. Cute as a button, 3-year-old Kitty was found wandering as a stray. A laid-back girl overall, she settled into life at the shelter quickly and found her favorite spot to lounge, a comfy cat tree in the corner of the socialization room. From there, she surveys the space, watching the other cats that she's played with as they roam about. Sweet overall, enjoying to be pet, once Kitty finds a comfortable spot, she oftentimes prefers not to be moved, making her best suited for a home with older kids.
Ari is waiting for her second chance. She is a 6-year-old German Shepherd mix. She's had a rough start in life and needs someone to show her what love feels like. Her experience has left her extremely anxious. She can be high-strung and definitely needs an experienced owner who can commit a lot of time to her. She will need a lot of patience and time as she needs to learn what it is like to live the life of a dog. She would benefit from an owner who is home a lot. She would also live most comfortably if she was the only animal in the house. At 8 years old, Jolene is looking for a forever home where she can just relax. This pretty girl is very calm and enjoys lounging on the couch. She would do best in a calm home.
Are you interested in joining the Butler County Humane Society's volunteer team? Anyone who is 8 years of age or older may volunteer. There are many different ways to volunteer, from socializing with cats and dogs, to volunteering at events, lending a hand around the shelter, organizing donation drives, and many more. Visit butlercountyhs.org to sign up for a volunteer orientation at the Butler County Humane Society. While Oakley can appear to be a lot to handle while in his kennel, putting on a strong, tough guy act, he can be a completely different dog when out of his cage. Admittedly, he is slow to warm up to new people, but once comfortable with you, he's a real Casanova. He's also on the spunky side, enjoying leash walks, playing with toys, and romping around with some of the other dogs in the fenced-in yards. However, due to him being initially shy, he would do best in a home without kids or cats, as he can get too overzealous with them. Arriving as a stray in May of 2013, 4-year-old Ashley adjusted quickly to shelter life and has been patiently awaiting the right family to adopt her. She's often seen sitting at the window in the cat socialization room where she loves to perch on the cat tree, watching the world outside. While staff knows her to be a gentle, kind soul, Ashley has a little trouble making new friends after watching people come and go so frequently over the years, and can come off a little shy initially. Due to this, she'd be happiest in a quiet family, with older children that share her mellow outlook on life. 4-year-old Blake was adopted and then returned for separation anxiety. While not considered to be too high energy, he is still an active boy that bounces with enthusiasm upon seeing people he knows. He is also active enough and knows his commands well enough to potentially be a walking or jogging partner. As far as Blake's overall disposition goes, he is smart with an independent streak, making him best suited for a home without kids. Blake would do best with a submissive canine friend, but does not like to share his food. Found as a stray, 1.5-year-old Mama has already had a litter of kittens and watched as they all went to good homes. Now she's patiently waiting for it to be her turn. After dealing with her rambunctious babies, she understandably prefers to have some peace and quiet, so a home without young kids and other cats would be ideal for her. Affectionate overall, she'll let you know when she wants attention and when she's had enough, showing off her catitude side. Wilson is a 9-year-old collie mix who was found as a stray. Wilson's tail is always wagging when he has a toy to play with. His favorites are tennis balls and squeaker toys. When he isn't off playing, Wilson loves to cuddle. He would do best in a home with children over the age of 12. Arriving at the shelter as a stray, 2-year-old Betsy is understandably scared after facing the unknown alone. While a sweet and friendly girl, she's often found curled up comfortably in her cage where she feels most secure. There, she happily accepts affection and will even reciprocate with a slight purr. During the brief time that she ventured out into the open, she prefers the heights of the cat condos or a dose of catnip to boost her confidence. It could just be that the hustle and bustle of shelter life is a lot for her to handle, but staff would recommend a calmer home environment for Betsy, where she could come out of her shell more, possibly with another cat.
Timber is a mellow 3-year-old border collie that, like most dogs, just takes some warming up to new things. Once he feels comfortable, he is a very intelligent, loving boy who will do well in most homes. He is still young and very healthy. This boy deserves to live out a long life surrounded by love and affection because he will surely return it to you. He has the potential to be around other animals, but might be somewhat picky, needing some time to become comfortable.
Abandoned in a box at a local park, 2-year-old Gibby arrived at the shelter with dreams of finding a better future. Initially very angry and resentful due to her previous situation, Gibby has slowly learned to trust again. She's adjusting well to shelter life and enjoys to sit on her cat perch, watching the world through the window. Gibby is the type of cat that chooses her companions carefully, instantly becoming affectionate, laid-back cat with those she likes. Looking for a quiet home where she can take things at her own pace, Gibby would prefer a household without other cats or children. Upon arriving as a stray, Harrington was in rough shape. He was covered head to toe in abrasions that vets believed were caused by a run-in with a car. Starting off weak and emaciated, Harrington was turned into a strong, happy boy that loves to be loved. He wiggles in excitement so forcefully that sometimes he loses control of his back end, giving the appearance of having a mind of its own. Due to his overall size and energy, a home with bigger kids would be the best fit, and he would likely do well with other dogs that can match his size and vigor. 9-year-old Zoe found herself at the shelter when a family member developed allergies. However, that hasn't dampened her spirits as she's as social and outgoing as ever. Not one to shy away from people or food, she's a big girl with a big heart that doesn't mind being picked up, held, or petted. But sometimes she can be overly zealous when it comes to showing her affection and gives little love bites, making her best suited for a home with older kids. Since she plays with other cats at the shelter, she wouldn't mind sharing her home with them. However, she does not appreciate the company of dogs.
Join us for the 11th annual Fur Ball at the Butler Country Club on Saturday, April 29th from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Tickets are $125 per person and includes a complimentary Paultini, dinner, dessert. There will be silent auction, basket auction, and a live auction. Visit with adoptable animals from BCHS during the 6 p.m. Yappy Hour. A gourmet surf and turf meal by Chef Wagner will be served at 7:15. All dietary needs can be accommodated. This event is cocktail attire, so grab your dancing shoes and we'll see you there. Berlin is a 10-year-old German Shepherd mix who has an old soul that still has love to share. Berlin is extremely calm. His favorite activities include sunbathing and being brushed. He prefers a calm environment, so older kids would work best for him. He also would do great in a home with no steps due to his more fragile state. Berlin is looking for a forever home where he can live out his golden years. 4-year-old Bear came to the shelter as a stray. This gentle, laid-back cat loves to have your attention and occasionally plays, but he is definitely more a cuddle bug. Bear does get along with other cats and is just looking for a good, loving home to spend the rest of his days.
Found as a stray, 6-year-old Gamora is a lover, not a fighter. A perfect day for Gamora includes lounging around the house while playing with all her toys. Still active, Gamora does enjoy occasional walks. She would prefer a home with older kids due to her love for toys, especially tennis balls. Gamora says, "I need a house full of toys, people who like snuggles and yummy treats." 6-year-old Louise is a rambunctious and spirited lady that spent her entire life here at the shelter. Though she arrived at our shelter in June of 2010 as a young kitten, she was somehow overlooked by visitors, and she's continuing to wait patiently for her forever home. Very playful, with a love of catnip, Louise can be described as a forever kitten, refusing to act her age. Instead, she chases after a multitude of toys, but she can sometimes get lost in the game and play a little bit rough, making her best suited for a household with older children and no other cats. Transferred from a shelter in West Virginia, 3-year-old Spot has proven to be quite the intelligent boy, keeping staff on their toes. While he doesn't appear to enjoy spending time in his kennel, mainly due to the fact that he's able to climb out and bounces and barks a lot, he's a calmer, well-mannered man while outside of his cage. He knows several commands and walks well on leashes. He's also quite the sweetheart, oftentimes wanting to sit on your lap to give kisses. Spot has the potential to fit in well in most home environments with children over the age of 10, just as long as there are no cats. Arriving as a stray in June 2012, Carmel grew from a young kitten into a 4-year-old adult at the shelter. Kennel life has taught her how to be independent and rely on herself, though it was obvious she had a mind of her own from the very beginning. While she appears subdued while in her cage, once she's out in the cat socialization room, she loves to run around and play keep away with the shelter staff. She's been known to play fetch from time to time with the toy mouse, carrying it back to her chosen human companion so that it can throw it again. Since she's uncertain with new faces, she'd do best in a home with older kids.
1-year-old border collie Sadie Mae can be quite shy upon a first meeting, but once she warms up, she's very affectionate. She's a very active young dog. She has lost vision in one of her eyes, but she doesn't let that hold her back from anything. Sadie Mae would be happiest in a home with older kids and no other animals.
Adopted and then returned after some time due to the health of his owner, 13-year-old Smokey certainly doesn't act his age. He may not be a pounce-and-play kitten, but he still has plenty of pep, especially when it's feeding time. While he's a friendly, generally outgoing man, Smokey would prefer a home without other pets, and also one with older kids, or kids on the calmer side, so he can relax during his golden years.
Patsy is a 6-year-old cat who is very sweet. She enjoys spending time with people and gets along with other cats. If you're looking for a feline friend to spend time with and cuddle with, this might be the girl for you.
Declan is a 10-year-old shepherd mix. He is a very friendly, gentle old soul. Declan needs a grain-free diet and would do best in a home with no younger children due to his age. He is a very sweet boy and loves to go for walks and be pet. At 3 years old, Dapple is a petite girl, but she has a big, welcoming heart. Starting off nervous upon arriving at the shelter, she slowly came out of her shell with the help of other more outgoing cats. After that, it was her turn. She took newer, scared cats and helped them to settle in faster. With people, Dapple can be shy to warm up, but once she knows you, she will greet you with the cutest of meows and begin to rub on your leg, hoping for some affection in return. Every now and then, she reverts back to that shy girl when too much activity is going on around her, making Dapple best suited to a home with older kids on the calmer side. Unlike Pandora's box, this 4-year-old girl is full of nothing but love. Arriving at the shelter as a stray, Pandora has never shown an aversion to people. In fact, she will usually start rubbing on your leg in greeting, showing you that she wants some of your attention. Since her arrival, she has gotten along with several other cats, though she would need one that won't roughhouse too much. The same is true of people, as she prefers calm kids that will handle her gently, making Pandora a well-rounded addition to most homes, with or without kids or other pets.